Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we've got some big news from the world of John Wick that you won't want to miss. So, buckle up, because it looks like the assassin's back, and no, we're not talking about a spin-off or a prequel, we're talking about John Wick 5 officially happening with none other than Keanu Reeves reprising his iconic role. But here's the catch, this new film could completely undo what we thought was the perfect ending of Chapter 4. Let's dive right into it. In a huge reveal at CinemaCon 2025, Lionsgate dropped the bombshell. John Wick 5 is officially in the works. Keanu Reeves is back. Director Chad Stahelski is on board. This is no longer just a rumor, it's happening. But here's where things get tricky. John Wick Chapter 4 had what seemed like the perfect ending. Wick's journey appeared to reach a natural conclusion, with him making the ultimate sacrifice to finally free the world from the grasp of the High Table. He'd found peace, or at least, that's what we thought. Now, with the confirmation of a fifth film, all of that is in question. Let's rewind for a second. Chapter 4 was a game changer. Wick, a man who had cheated death so many times throughout the series, finally seemed to meet his end. It was powerful, poetic. The way he was taken down wasn't by an enemy but by a friend, a symbolic act that made his death meaningful. He wasn't just another casualty of the assassin world. He had transcended it, and in that moment, Wick found his peace. Chapter 4 gave him the one thing he'd always been searching for, an escape from his violent past. The ending of that movie felt like the ultimate closure, the perfect send-off for such a beloved character. And let's be honest, it made us all emotional, right? We saw him reunite with his wife, Helen, and the idea that his story was over gave us a sense of bittersweet satisfaction. Now, if Chapter 4 really did bring closure, how are they going to continue the story in John Wick 5 without completely undoing that powerful ending? Lionsgate has confirmed that the film is moving forward, but here's the problem. Chapter 4 ended with Wick's death. So, unless they're planning to pull some cinematic magic out of their hats, Chapter 5 will either have to retcon that death or simply ignore it altogether. One theory is that maybe Wick faked his death. I mean, this guy survived a fire, jumped out of a window from 4 stories up, and kept going. So, it's not totally out of the question. What if he staged his death to disappear from the world, letting everyone believe he was gone? In this case, he could come back without losing that emotional weight from Chapter 4. Here's the thing though, as much as we love the conclusion of Wick's story, John Wick is too big of a franchise to just end now. Chapter 4 wasn't just successful, it was the highest grossing film in the series, and Lionsgate isn't going to let all that success go to waste. With the growing popularity of the franchise, including the upcoming ballerina spin-off and the Continental TV show, there's simply too much potential to explore in this world. Without Keanu Reeves though, John Wick wouldn't be the same, and Lionsgate knows this. If they can get him back, you better believe they'll try. So, can they continue the story without making Chapter 4 feel like a lie? It's definitely possible. Maybe Wick's return won't be as straightforward as just picking up where Chapter 4 left off. Imagine this, what if, rather than directly undoing his death, Chapter 5 explores a darker, more complex narrative where Wick is forced back into the world he left behind. Maybe the power vacuum left by the High Table's fall has triggered a new wave of chaos that pulls Wick back into the fight. Alternatively, they could focus on the roots of the series, a simple, gritty revenge story that takes Wick back to his core motivations. Whatever direction they choose, it's clear that the stakes will be high, and the action will be as intense as ever. And here's another exciting piece of news aside from John Wick 5, there's also an animated prequel in the works. This film is set before the events of the first movie, and it will focus on Wick's infamous impossible task, the one that saw him take down all his rivals in one night to earn his freedom from the High Table. If you've ever wondered how Wick became the legend he is, this prequel might just give us the answers we've been waiting for. Whether Chapter 5 ends up being a continuation or a retcon, there's no denying the impact this franchise has had on action cinema. The world of John Wick is expansive, rich in history, and filled with unforgettable characters. As fans, we're lucky that we get to keep exploring it, but we also need to remember what made it so special in the first place, the heart and soul of John Wick brought to life by Keanu Reeves. His journey isn't just about bullets and fight sequences, it's about a man fighting for his peace, and maybe, just maybe, Chapter 5 will give us a fresh perspective on what that really means. So, what do you think? Are you excited for John Wick 5, or do you think they should have left the story at Chapter 4? Let me know in the comments below. As always, if you want to stay updated on all things film, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. You won't want to miss the next update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.